And there we are. Hello, everybody, if anyone is there. Let's see, there's at least one other person watching other than Carrie. If you could say hi in the chat, that'd be awesome.
Yes, one person. Who are you?
One of the cats already wants in.
Should I let them in?
I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna let them in.
All right.
Now that everything is set up. Beans.
Beans should be fairly well behaved.
Well, Domino's laying out here too. He's looking the other way and hasn't realized that the door is open yet.
Because he's deaf.
Yes.
Can't hear.
Just staring at the wall.
Well, get him in here or get him out, please.
Are you just gonna lay there like an asshole? You're just gonna lay there like an asshole.
Guard cat on the door. There we go. Think. No, still not on. Okay. Oh, I didn't have the camera centered. All right. Today we are handling. I do this all by chance every time, so I don't know what I'm going to do every time I do a live stream. Today we're going after Camshaft. Send away Autobot sub group of Omnibots from the 1980s.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm not the best at drawing mechanical business, so it takes a certain type of mood or concentration. But leaving this up to chance leaves me with no choice. I've got to do Camshaft. And he's my favorite of the Omnibots. I got some reference images, including the patent image for Camshaft.
Cool.
Yeah, look at that. Turns into a Mazda RX-7 Series 2, probably 81 or 82
Hot
year.
business.
Yeah. Gotta love that shiny silver. He's got a unique take on the sort of tit shelf thing that a lot of Transformers have.
Yeah, he's
a lot of Carbots.
He's quite busty.
He is very busty. I'm probably going to take some liberties, going to give him a waist, separate his arms to give him some elbow action. Just,
Yeah. So the rear of the car is his chest.
No.
Is that what I'm looking at?
Nope, that's the front of the car.
Oh, I see. It's just cut off.
Yeah,
The
so
hood is his feet.
The thing that's cool about the Omnibots, right? So you see that back window there with the rocket on it? That's the rear window, right?
Okay.
The thing that's cool about the Omnibots, and I don't have any photos of it. God damn it, do I not have... I don't have any photos of it. Let me see if I can find one on the internet. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, here we go. You can see here, he's got a third mode where his stuff sticks out, and it's supposed to be his like weapon. I don't know. There's a name for it.
Bro, your stuff's sticking out.
What does it say in the
Might wanna
Wikipedia?
handle that.
A third assault mode in quotes. Assault mode.
Assault mode.
Yes. The other Omnibots have better looking assault modes, but I like the Brobot mode on Camshaft.
Brobot? Did you just say Brobot?
No, I didn't say Brobot. He's a bro.
I heard Brobot.
There are 3 of them, and they're all bros. As far as I'm concerned.
Brobots.
Yeah. Yeah, the other Omnibots. Like here's a good. There's Camshaft, Downshift, and Overdrive. And they're all pretty cool. It's a little image of them all together. Camshaft in the back because he's not as sexy. That's maybe why I like him the most. You can see the assault mode for this guy, and he's got wings and guns in his license plate area.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a euphemism. All right. So I don't know what I'm going to do other than maybe break him up a bit. And I don't know how well this is going to go because I'm winging it. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I accidentally trashed that photo. What the hell's wrong with me? I'm bad at this today. I apologize, everybody. I was not prepared. My sleep schedule's all fucked up as usual. And it's causing me problems. Come where is it? There it is. Okay. I apologize, everybody. Gotta get this going. Okay. Got that back up. But back to talking about the reference I've got. I've got all this. Just pictures of the robot. The car mode, toy stuff. The box art, which is terrible and silly.
It's got that very distinct shiny aesthetic, though.
Yes, it does. It does. I always feel like the box art is hit or miss on the Transformer stuff. Some of it is golden, some of it is excellent, like the Wheeljack box art, but some of it's like, what's going on? This looks like, it just looks like bad. I don't know. There's some RX-7 reference goodness to pay attention to more of the car stuff, because obviously the car mode here is not going to be a one-to-one replica. You're not going to see the rubber side paint stuff and detailing and all that stuff on the toy.
Dance!
Get him out of here.
Come on. Get out.
So my problem with drawing Transformers is I'm going to always start with a human form. That might not be the best thing, but I'm primarily a people drawer, person artist.
I'm a people drawer.
I'm a dumb people drawer. I draw peoples.
I don't know about some robots.
You should retweet it with your regular account too.
I already did.
You did?
Yeah.
I saw the Fiendish one.
Yeah, I just did that as an afterthought. I did the other
Oh,
one
I see.
earlier.
I got it. All right. Do. Okay. Brush. Get myself a generic pencil going here. So yeah, I'm gonna draw kind of a cartoony person maybe. And see where that gets me. I think actually giving him a sort of like, if I'm just working it up from a person kind of shape, giving him sort of a Captain America Rob Liefeld chest might be a thing to do.
No pouches, though.
Unfortunately. being real rough here, real loose, because no fucking idea what I'm doing. So, you played ESO all day today, Carrie?
Basically, yeah.
How'd that treat you?
Pretty good. I did a little bit more on the main quest. I did the thing where I rescued Abner Tharn from Cold Harbor,
Oh,
and
I like Abner Tharn. He's an asshole.
yeah, so far I'm not quite sure what to make of him, but seems fun at least.
Yes.
I got the mission was with what's his name, the John Cleese character, which was fun.
Oh, yeah. What's
Starts with a C.
Cadwell.
Cadwell, yeah.
He's fucking great.
Yeah.
Cadwell is so good.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, once Cadwell gets in there, and he comes up in other expansions and stuff too. Like, him and Abner Tharn are your two of your main people you interact with in the Elsewhere expansion.
Okay.
And they're great in that too.
No, and then I bought more bank slots, which I didn't know you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to try and finish some of the prologue quests, 'cause I have a bunch of these, like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 quests under a prologue tab.
Don't do those. Don't do those.
Okay.
I was confused about those. That's another thing I should have told you about. I was confused about those when I first started, and I started some of them, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It says prologue, so I'm like,
what they are.
do this first.
What they are is they're prologues to the expansions.
Oh.
So you're supposed to. They're an optional thing you can do before you play expansions.
Well, I didn't actually finish any of them because I picked one and then couldn't figure out how to get to where it was, so I kind of gave up on it.
That's probably you can abandon it.
Yeah, I will abandon all of those now that I know that.
Yeah. The only one you can do is the Morrowind one.
Okay.
And you should look up which one that is on the internet.
Yeah, I don't need to. I got enough other quests. I actually filled up my quest log and had to delete some.
Yeah, you can only have like 15 at the same time or something.
Because I do the crafting writs every day.
Yeah.
And I went to do a crafting writ and had too many missions, so I had to delete one in order to do a crafting writ.
Man, I'm not feeling this right now.
What was wrong with that first one?
Hard to explain.
Okay. Just didn't feel right?
Didn't feel right.
All right.
That's what a lot of art is.
Yeah.
Not feeling right.
Understand.
Or feeling right when it does or whatever. Try to do something like this.
But yeah, after that update that made me redo all my
skills. Yeah.
I am liking the combat better. I have it more economically balanced, I feel like. I was able to be more thoughtful about picking where I wanted to assign my points, and it feels much better.
Tiny head. A lot of Transformers have tiny heads.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is a good base position, I think.
It reminds me of like a 1950s sci-fi robot pose.
Yeah. I mean, sci-fi robot hero pose.
Yeah.
Like a Flash Gordon thing, which is 1940s, I guess. My keyboard has been very annoying lately. A lot of keystrokes not registering when I throw them in.
Is it the drivers or the physical hardware?
I have no fucking idea.
Hmm.
I'm thinking it might be the drivers because it started happening after the last Windows update.
God damn it.
It's funny is because I had a really nice run of the drivers working fine. And not having a lot of issues. But after this last update, the rough shape of this blaster. All right.
I don't know if you did this on purpose, but when you're working on the upper part of the drawing, I can actually see your hand with your stylus is actually visible in the frame, which is really cool.
Oh, I didn't know. I did not do that on purpose.
It's cool.
Sweet. Might be a little high. Do that down there. Maybe something like that. Okay. So we got the basic proportions. And layer here. Man. These people are busy at 6 p.m.
Well,
on Saturday.
It is spring.
It is spring. It is
I don't
very
know if
nice
it's spring
outside.
everywhere, but it is certainly spring here.
It is not. It is very nice outside here.
I think it's blizzarding in Colorado. I don't know about the rest of the world.
Okay. So what kind of approach am I going to take here? This guy has a very odd placement for his Autobot insignia.
Where is it?
It's on his lower
on
right
his leg.
shin.
Interesting.
I'm always adding extraneous hinges and stuff like that to make things make sense. Especially if I'm working from a G1 toy. Problem here is his legs are just very close together and there's no way to like see inside and reference anything, so I'm going to be making it all up.
That's fine. Doesn't have to be toy accurate.
Well, no, I want to have as much information as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Put it that way. He's got these weird things sticking off the back. I think I'm going to do a miniaturized version of that. This thing here. Treat it as a sort of rear foot pod. This might be a little stupid to choose to do an Omnibot.
Why?
Considering they're not very well known amongst normal ass non-Transformers people. Might not even be that well known amongst Transformers fans.
Well, I mean, isn't that sort of a reason to do it?
Well, maybe. I mean, I just put it on my list because I like Omnibots.
Then
so
that's
much.
a good enough reason, isn't it?
Yeah. Do. Flexing with the big crotch unit. Not only big boob shelf, big crotch unit too.
Crotch unit.
Wonder if Camshaft gets ogled. By the other
Yeah,
robots.
I expect he does. He's got all them parts.
All the upgrades.
Grab bag. Upgrade, grab bag.
Yep. Okay. So that's interesting. Just rough that in. This is not going to be the final pass. I was better at drawing cars because that's something that actually takes me a lot of work. I would draw him with his car version in the same shot. But I'm not the best at drawing cars off the top. It takes me a lot of work. It takes me a lot of concentration and planning in a way that probably would not be entertaining at all.
So far, this looks great.
I don't know about that.
I think it looks great.
Clarence is telling me that I should do hashtags in my video stuff, and they've since I was a half-assed YouTuber back in 2017, they've changed the way that works, and I don't know how to do it right. So I haven't been doing it.
Don't you just put hashtags in your title?
I don't know. I have to read about it. They used to do a separate thing where you they had a hashtag field.
Oh.
Now here's where I'm going to make a bunch of shit up. Okay. Fucking government flew in my head. I was listening to Dead Kennedys as I was doing my setup here. And it was getting me hyped. Boob shelf. Boob.
Boobs.
Boobs. Gotta love them boobs. Gotta love them boobs, buddy. Buddy, you gotta love them boobs. Know what I'm saying, pal? I lost it. I lost the accent.
Alright. It was horrible and funny.
Oh, look at the chassis on this one. Boob shelf. I will never not make fun of Australians. I wonder if no one's seeing my tweet
I don't know.
or something. It's annoying. Usually I get more people on the Twitter being like, oh, hey, live stream.
Maybe people just be busy.
Maybe. I got shadow banned the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I did the shadow ban checker and I was limited.
So is that Is that like a temporary
Yeah,
status?
it's a temporary status. It was gone by the end of the day.
Okay.
But it was all about, because I probably, I'm thinking, because I did all those anti-NFT
Uh-huh.
tweets. Make this more narrow.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody's reacted to it if they've seen it. Three people are now watching. Hello, two other people. Oh, four people now. Here they come.
Wowzers. The humans are showing up.
They are.
Another thing I keep forgetting about is getting on that music stuff to...
Yeah, we need to do that this week. I'm gonna make a note right now on the board. Music.
Camshaft's head. It's a little bit of an ill-defined thing, and I could not find good photos. These guys are kind of like a... If you're a collector, you know what the term Holy Grail is, and Omnibots are a bit of a Holy Grail. I wish I had them. When we were in Austin, Texas last year, or late 2019.
Christmas of 2019.
Yes. Saw Downshift at this toy store.
Was that at the store or the toy museum?
It was a toy museum,
Yeah.
but it was in their little like for sale thing.
Oh, okay.
They had all the Omnibots in a display too, but they had Downshift for sale, but he was busted a little bit and kind of expensive.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, it's not worth the money because I want minties, mint conditions.
You did get a pretty sweet.
I got a GoBot.
things there.
Got Rescue.
Your little ambulance guy.
Yep. Actually, it's not a GoBot. It's the Machine Robo reversion with the Japanese characters on it and everything. It's got a kanji. Probably says ambulance rescue or something on it. Okay, some hinging in there. No one chatting though.
Domino's chatting.
Domino can shut the hell up. Because every time he gets let into this room lately, he's a fucking asshole.
Mm.
I don't... Looking at his arm design, like, I don't know that he'd be able to do this pose very easily.
Yeah, who cares?
Well, I care because I have to draw it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sense of it as I draw it.
Okay.
In fact, this whole upper torso is not looking very good to me. Ooh, wrong one. Erase. If I rush this and it looks bad, I'll be kicking myself over it. I've already had enough injuries this week. Thank you very much.
You want to talk about that? Your prescient dream?
Oh, the dream aspect too, Jesus. Yeah, I had a dream the other day.
Yesterday.
It's yesterday?
Yeah.
No, I've had it changed twice, so it was the day before yesterday.
No, it was yesterday because I changed it this morning. Remember? Because you slept twice today.
Oh God, I did sleep twice today. Jesus, my life, my mind. Um, I did sleep twice today. Yeah, I um, I had a dream. I had a dream that. Oops, hit the microphone now. I had a dream that my toe on my right foot or my left foot, sorry, was all fucked up, and it's this toe that I broke when I was a kid. So I thought it was like maybe about that. I don't know, and I'm not superstitious. I don't believe in precognition or anything like that. But it was all fucked up. It had like the front of it was smashed, and there's all this like visible weird gore that wasn't human looking, and all kinds of weird stuff. And then later that night, that evening, I was walking upstairs and it was dark and I couldn't see a fucking thing. There's a little person in the
Oh yeah.
schematic for the
Uh-huh.
patent.
Funny.
It's cute. Anyways. October 14th, 1986. Wowzers. So yeah, I'm walking upstairs to I can't remember what I was doing.
You were heading up to my office or to the upstairs probably to get some alcohol
Some
from the
booze.
fridge.
Yeah, something. I thought it was for something else.
Well, anyway, I knew you were coming towards me, and it sounded like you fell up the stairs.
No, what I did is I was walking up the stairs and I smashed my toe and it ripped a big gouge out of my toe because I wear flip flops around the house because more than half of our floors are not finished. They're all fucked up. And I want to protect my feet. And so smashed my toe. Don't think anything of it. Just thought I'd stub it. That'd be what it was. Well, as I'm going down the stairs, I start feeling moisture. I'm like, was that water from when I just washed dishes or that I didn't notice before? And it's like, I'm in the shadows and I can't see anything. And I'm like, that better not be blood when I get into the light. I get into the light, it's blood. I ripped a giant gouge out of my fucking toe.
I'd been upstairs. I don't remember what I was doing. I was probably playing video games.
Yeah, and I yelled up, I was like, I need you to come help me.
I hear him yelling from 2 floors below me.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm gonna run downstairs and yeah, it was basically just like a chevron-shaped gouge.
Blood pouring out of
pretty
it.
deep. And so
Clarence and my mom were downstairs when it happened, and they saw it, and Clarence almost puked because he was drunk.
Well, it seems like he pukes pretty easy.
Yeah, he's a puker.
I don't know. So I took a scissors and I cut the skin flap off of it, and I made him wash it, and I bandaged it up with a Band-Aid and some triple antibiotic ointment. And then I put athletic tape around it, and it looked like a cartoon bandage. It was pretty silly. And then we changed it this morning because I told him. He said it was fine, it didn't hurt, and he just wanted to leave it alone. And I said, we don't have insurance right now, so I'm changing this bandage for you.
Yeah.
Because we can't afford you to get an infected foot and go to the fucking emergency room.
A little waist extension there.
Yeah.
Fill in some greebling or
Looks
something.
good.
It's looking good so far, yeah. Might have to do something funky with this arm, though. Well, let me cancel that. Rough in this gun again, just so that I have it in there. And then I'll do it. Man, it is warm in this bitch.
It's nice over here because this breeze is just blowing right at me.
Yeah.
Do you have your window open?
No, I do not.
Oh. Would you like your window open?
If you want to do it, be careful about Voltron. I don't want to fall.
Yeah, Voltron does not like to stand up. He just kind of like leaned against the wall.
He might be a lion mode.
No, I think I disturbing Voltron.
He might be a lion mode situation at some
We
point.
got the big assemblable Voltron from the latest Netflix series.
Which we loved the first, everything except for the last season, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Felt like a real good science fiction show, actually, which surprised the shit out of me.
The toy is really awesome, but it does not like to stand up on its own.
Yeah. Ugh, it's terrible. Down to 3.
Yeah, it's been going up and down. I imagine somebody's probably got it in a separate window.
Oh,
Perhaps. No one has shown themselves in the chat, so I don't know who they are.
yeah. Jerks.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that chat engagement. Especially since my brain is kind of fried today. Alright. Pass number 2, done. Spread to pass number 3. Ooh. This caffeine is not hitting me hard enough.
Mm.
Okay. Bring my pencil in a little finer. Zoom in. There is my ruler. Yeah. To be used with my Cintiq. Very nice. I need this even finer than this. Already thinking about like how the fuck am I gonna ink this?
Yeah.
I keep these drawings down to 8x10, and drawing detailed bots at that tiny of a size. It's a little bit of a bitch. I find that I do better when I.
So we really need to get you that bigger scanner.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah, I know, but it seems like it's necessary.
If we refi the house and it works, then we'll do it. Barring that, I think we should hold off no matter what.
Okay.
Just because just have bad feelings about the state of the world, and if we have a financial emergency, I want us to have buffer zones as much as possible. And with me shedding patrons of my own accord, bad habit on my part.
Yeah, well. You lost one and you gained one.
Yep. They did not want to separate from me, but I forced it. Drama.
Yep.
Damn it. Janky, but I'm thinking maybe calligraphy pen for outlines and then just fucking Micron for everything else. Maybe. Micron and Uniball for the inks.
Sweet.
This whole thing with NFTs has had me pretty fucked up all week. It's got pretty much everyone that I'm a mutual with who's an artist on Twitter pretty fucked up too. Very unhappy seeing bigger artists they like go down this NFT road. It's the whole meeting your heroes thing. Or never meet your heroes, I guess. That whole thing. You're very quiet, Carrie.
I don't really have anything to say about that, I guess. I don't know. I'm also tired and kind of brain dead because I had a migraine for half the day.
We're the best streamers.
Yes, we are.
We're so prepared for whatever we're doing.
Hey, you're drawing. That's the important thing, right?
Yeah, I think bands matter.
Yeah.
I think filling the space.
Well,
especially when we don't have music to make up for the fact that
I don't have a lot of bants today, unless I prompted.
I am the same, which sucks, I guess. Sucks for all you.
Sucks for you guys.
Yeah. I guess don't watch this stream, because we're gonna suck. I'm gonna say if we don't get some chat engagement by 8, I'm just gonna call it anyways.
Sounds good.
Because I don't like being on here without any chats.
Did you hear that, guys?
If no one's chatting, I'm gonna be gone.
This is a two-way street.
Let's see here. Let me look at this RX-7 window situation. They're really a nice, bold design. RX-7 looks like it's like a shittier, slightly more modern Z car.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got a bit of a Z vibe,
but not as cool. It's about 60% as cool as a 1983 Z.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Will. How are you?
Hey, Will. Wait.
Thank you.
We were going to quit the stream early if we didn't have
Yeah.
any engagement. People.
We still might.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
We might. We're in a shitty way.
We're lame today.
Yeah. And if I quit the stream, I don't even know if I'll finish this drawing. Who knows?
Whatever, it's going pretty quick.
Not really.
I feel like it's going quick.
The structure's fine. He says he's been on for a bit.
Yeah.
Over dinner. Oh.
Nice.
It helps that you're in the same time zone as us, I guess.
Yes, indeed. Not like those Australians.
Yes. Most of the people that I'm mutuals with on Twitter are from other countries. They're from Europe.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help for this kind of thing to have hangouts with them.
Yeah, I suppose it's like 6 p.m. is like, what, midnight, 1 a.m.
I have no idea.
In Europe. So maybe we should think about changing our times. I don't know.
Doing a special earlier stream or something?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, +6, depending on daylight savings, I guess. Which tomorrow is the end of daylight savings or the beginning. I don't know.
It's tonight. It's tonight at like
In
2
any
a.m.
case, we lose an hour. Is it tonight or tomorrow night?
It's tonight. It's like a 2:30.
Well,
or
that's
something like
important because I have to be somewhere tomorrow at a certain time, so I have to know. Well, I suppose my phone will know.
that. Your phone will know, and you can look it up.
Yeah,
You're sitting right there at a computer.
I know. I'm not going to do that right now
Why not?
because I don't want to.
See how it is.
Uh-huh.
Let's see here. Side door situation. Oh.
He says Congress is making progress on getting rid of daylight savings time. Yeah,
Really?
I mean, I have mixed feelings about that because I do think that there's something psychologically horrible about the idea of like it getting dark at 3 p.m. or whatever it would be without daylight savings time.
That would be the thing?
I think so.
Jesus.
Which is even worse than it already is for us.
Yeah, up here in the
wasteland.
the Great White North. And we're not even that far north. I mean, imagine the Alaskans already have it bad with like having days where there's no dark or light,
Yeah.
like switching between.
But I don't know. I like going backwards because you get an extra hour, but this one sucks because we lose basically. I always end up losing an hour of sleep because I'm bad at going to bed on time because I'm a toddler. But yeah, at least I was smart enough to not take the 6:30 a.m. shift tomorrow. My union is protesting at one of the refineries locally here because as they do about once every decade, they got rid of all the union tradespeople and hired out of state.
Is it the
Yeah.
Coke refinery?
No, it's not Coke. It's the Marathon. What is it now? I don't even know what it's called. They change names every few years. I can't remember. Marathon Ashland is what it used to be. I think it's called something NTE now. Anyway, Speedway gas stations, boycott if you
Yeah.
have them. Anyway, so I'm going to protest there tomorrow with my union. And they initially asked me to be there at 6:30 in the morning, and I was like, I don't get up that early during the week or during the weekend. I get up that early for work, but I gotta have my days to sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to be there at 11 o'clock instead, which is the second shift.
What the hell was that? That was weird. Do. Ruler.
It looks really weird on camera because no, you can't tell what you're doing, so your arm's just like up in the air.
Yeah. This chest sticker panel. Like that's another thing I found weird actually is on the patent drawing, his chest sticker panel is drawn in. It's a pretty interesting little detail. Pretty weird, especially since his he has stickers here too on his hips, and those aren't drawn in.
Oh,
Just
weird.
the chest. His head also looks a bit different on the patent.
So, is there a patent for every single
Transformer?
Transformer?
I think there's a lot of them. I don't know about every single one of them, but there's a lot.
Weird, like that they would patent every single one of them. I don't know.
It's because it's a I think like the innovation, quote unquote innovation element, as it would be defined by law, happens with every single car model.
Okay.
And if they're licensing the cars, like in this instance, this is a Mazda RX-7, and they had to license it from Mazda, and I imagine that had something to do with it, maybe? I don't know.
Will says manufacturer changes. Cheaper to mold in the details versus making high volume of stickers. Ah, okay.
Well, they made a high volume of stickers for these because the details I'm drawing in here are sticker details. And I was right. My centering is off. Does not look right. So bad at these fucking hard geometry objects. Yeah, see, that's the stickers right here, but it was drawn in on the patent. Very odd. Also, he's got some weird stuff going on. Like, he's got these lines, like this is maybe supposed to be a vent over on his right side, but then this has like some sort of like targeting, reticle analysis, display, something. I don't fucking know. None of this makes sense. It's all bullshit.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. It's cool. I mean, that's the point of it. It's cool looking bullshit.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, isn't that like the whole name of the game with like greebling, etc.?
Yes.
Cool looking bullshit.
I would rather it be painted in, actually.
Yeah.
On a lot of stuff. Painted in or molded in.
Yeah, but then they would cost $100.
Yes. Indeed. Which I'm not entirely averse to, but it'd make me a lot less of a collector. What were the Mask Toys crazy about? The stickers or the painted in stuff? Oh, Greebling for days, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Mask Toys were the shit. I love them shits. I only had a few. I only had a couple really, but I loved them. I had the green helicopter motorcycle, the yellow dude. Can't remember the name of that. I had this one that was like from the third season that was all like racing or whatever. That had it was a 4-wheeler with a big saw that came out of the front of it.
Nice.
And then I had a guy who was like blue and orange, and he had a Corvette looking thing that turned into a water skiff thing with its wheels up. I don't know. It was weird. But I like that one a lot. The only ones I ever got, they were on sale. So it's always limited, that kind of thing. This is interesting. Okay. But yeah, I love the mask toys. I especially love Rhino. I really wish I had a Rhino. But that's like one of the most sought after.
Didn't they have one of those at the Austin Toy Museum?
They did, and it was broken.
Yeah.
It's not complete. Yeah. The complete Rhino will run you like hundreds of dollars. Big long-nosed Kenworth. So fucking cool.
He says, shame the cartoons didn't last as long as others.
Yeah, you know, there's probably good reason for that, because honestly, the cartoons kind of sucked.
I don't think I ever saw it. Was that an earlier one? Because I feel
it
like...
It was 85, 86.
Oh, okay, because I don't remember ever seeing that.
I think it ran 85, 86, 87, if I remember correctly.
Samaj, we doing some Transformer up in here.
Yep, we are. I'm doing Camshaft, one of the Omnibots. Had to send away for these guys special with box tops, which I never did because I was a poor kid and I didn't have enough box tops, let alone the money. So that means you have to own more Transformers. Mm-hmm. I think it's something like 6.
Oh, you had to actually buy Transformers?
Yep.
Okay.
And then send away like, I think it was something cheap like $2.99.
Okay.
But still, if you're sending away 6 box tops,
that's a lot of Transformers. We got like, at the height of it, probably for a year, because we would get a Transformer for our birthday and for Christmas. And that was usually it.
Let's see. You see, the Omnibots were only available via mail-in order, costing $5 USD, and 4 robot points. So that's four packages,
okay,
4 box tops,
yep,
plus $5. And I think if you got bigger Transformers, I think the larger ones were like 2 points, so you could probably do it that way too. But $5, I mean, that's pretty cheap.
But
for 3 box.
In the 80s, though, that's like a 20.
It's a 20, yeah. It's still, I mean, for 3 robots, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Samaj says, I wish they were doing box tops now with all the Transformers I've been buying lately.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Definitely same.
Yeah.
That would be a great promotion. That would be a fucking amazing promotion. Because, holy shit, I got a lot of Transformers this year.
Yeah, you did.
I have a guilty amount of Transformers.
More coming. Also.
And more coming, yep. More
I got a message about something on the way. I can't remember which one it was, but there's another one coming.
Yeah, I've got Inferno and Pipes and a couple others still on the way. And
I think it might be Inferno.
Scourge, whatever. Sweeps.
The new Beast Wars toys are my crack right now.
Yeah, I am not a Beast Wars fan.
I've never gotten into Beast Wars, but you know, I'm glad that you're getting your fix about it.
Someone likes it. It's there for somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
But I am not a Beast Wars fan.
Plastic crack, gimme.
Yep. Most definitely.
We just unpacked a big box of toys that has been in the basement since we moved in here, and apparently got peed on by the cats at some point. So that turned into a whole thing. But we found a bunch of shit in there that we forgot we had.
Yep.
Which was very
some fun stuff.
Yeah, some very fun stuff.
A lot of Lego dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Other kind of stuff.
Some Mario.
Oh yeah, a bunch of Mario
dudes.
stuff. Some 4-inch G.I. Joes.
My Majin Buu that you got me for my birthday that one year.
Yep.
Fat Majin Buu, not
Fat
ripped,
Majin Buu statue.
Not ripped Majin Buu, because Fat Majin Buu is where it's at.
Not ripped Majin Buu, not skinny Majin Buu.
Yeah.
Bring the ruler for this one too. And Ray Harryhausen statue thing, a
Oh,
Godzilla.
yeah, that thing. That Godzilla is so cool.
I love it. I guess we should have a full-length tail, but what are you going to
Yeah.
do? You got to buy those Japanese model kits for the full-length tails.
Mm. The synopsis for the live-action Beast Wars movie was leaked, and it is horrendous. And then he says, "Fat Boo is best Boo." Yes, yes, Fat
Boo is definitely best Boo.
That whole thing where he's like, his ultimate move was like, "I'm gonna turn you into a cookie, and then I'm gonna eat you," is like one of the greatest things ever.
Yep. And the fact that it was Toriyama hate fucking the fan base,
Yeah,
it makes me happy even more.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I loved it.
Yeah, I'll do it all the way in. Bring that all the way in. Doesn't have to be that far out either, though. Because this is just the rubber paneling on the side of the car. It's exaggerated in the toy mold, but in the car would only be like an inch out or something.
It would just be a little.
It's actually on the car. It doesn't stick out at all.
Half-inch, dude.
On the car, it doesn't stick out at all.
There you go.
I'm gonna fuck with this. I'm gonna make it look more like the car. It doesn't. In fact, what it looks like is a little inlay, and then above that inlay is a slight indentation.
He says, although Android 21, who looks like a sexy female Boo, is my first ever anime crush. I don't know about Android 21. I'm going to look it up.
Android 21, blonde hair. She had a brother who gets killed. They're two android brother and sister.
Oh, that's funny. She got the poofy pants.
She does have poofy pants.
Yeah, she does look like a little female Boo. She even got the tail.
Yep.
That's pretty kinky, Samaj. I don't know.
I'm trying to. I love Bulma. I have a Bulma statue that's maybe a little too sexy.
It is. It's one of those little cheesecake statues.
It's fucking amazing.
It's great.
I love Bulma, but I'm first anime crush. I'm at a loss because my first anime real experience is Robotech Macross, and I don't like. I did not like Lin Min Mei. Thought she was a cunt right away, even as a little. How old would I have been? 8. I'd have been 8 years old when that came out. It's like this bitch is trouble.
I don't think I have ever had an anime crush.
Oh man. I mean, not really a crush, but lewds, just lewdness of it all.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's kind of horny.
Uh-huh.
There's this OVA called Gendayo.
Yeah.
And it's just giant robot pilot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the young women in that.
Yeah.
My teenage brain was on fire with horniness.
See, I didn't see any anime until I was 19. So I didn't really, and that was only in passing. Well, I guess Donald showed me some of it when we were together, but it was all not really any of the super horny stuff.
Gendayo wasn't horny explicitly. It was more here's all these cool robot fights being piloted by scantily clad women with very bouncy titties.
I see.
It wasn't hentai.
Yeah.
Well, it's not hentai. Gotta bow this out some more. Communicate the. It's really weird. All right. There's actually a chance that this window separator thingy. There's a name for that part of the car.
I don't remember.
Window frame.
Yeah, maybe.
Area.
Frame thing.
Partition.
Frame thingy. We'll go with that.
There's a chance that would not actually be visible at this angle.
Yeah.
because of the bowing of the windshield. That feels wrong. Feels like it's out of a line. Oh, I know what it is. It will be lower on this end.
Samaj says I love Transformers, but I hate drawing them.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest technical artist.
He typed I bait drawing them, but I don't think he meant that.
You baiting while you draw?
Go away, baiting!
Go away, baiting! Oh, okay, I'll answer the door. The movie is not exactly aged well, but
no, but it's got
some gold in it. Some gold comedy.
Yes, indeed. Hate, yes.
All right. Just wish I had a good picture of his fucking head. His head is very... It's very difficult to find a picture of his head. I think I'm going to have to bring up Google image search again. Wish there was a... There probably is a better thing than Google image search. But I don't know what it is.
Well, what are you trying to find now? His head?
Yeah, close-up of Camshaft's head.
Let's see what I can find on my super secret.
Gibiru?
Yeah.
Which is no longer a secret because I just said it.
Shut up. It's not secret. It's just, it's a good search. Camshaft head.
You're just going to get car parts.
I'm going to get car parts.
You need to do Transformers. Large. Come on, man. That ain't it, Jack.
There's one for sale on eBay with no head.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Well, broken.
Alternators, camshaft.
That's not what you want. Alternators, that's some 2000 shit.
Yeah.
Typing with one hand at a weird angle.
Oh, here's maybe a good one. Transformers Wiki.
I already have that one.
Okay.
TF Wiki's the shit.
Yeah, he's got like the mask mouth.
Yep, I'm just trying to see some detail, some close-up detail. No one's taken any close-up photos of Camshaft's face. eBay listing without... Damn it. Everyone's stinky. They poop out of their faces.
Hey, you shouldn't knock that because it takes a lot of discipline to be able to poop out of your face.
Suppose.
Those people deserve your respect.
Not my admiration?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not finding Camshaft's face.
Oh, what's this? I might have found it. Maybe.
Yeah, doing 3D models for robots are cool. I'm fine with that too. But
I found
I'm drawing a picture.
Kind of better one.
Huh?
I found a kind of better one.
Yeah, email it to me.
Yeah. I think it's someone's custom, I don't know, something, but it looks alright. I'm gonna just direct message it to you on Twitter because I think that'll be faster.
Whatever is clever. I don't understand those artists that do Transformers comics every month. Is fucking nuts to me. Well, at least the ones that do a good job. Those are crazy.
The ones that just shit it out, I can totally understand.
Well, no, there are people that don't take it to the I don't know, extreme of actually doing it the way I think it should be done, I guess. I don't know. They don't put all the good robot geometry and shit into it. They just draw hyper flattened, very square, or they do it super cartoony. And I don't like any of that. My favorite Transformers artist is E.J. Sue. And I think he burned out on Transformers before he quit. Or didn't get rehired or something, I don't know. He does covers and shit for Marvel now, which is pretty cool. I think he went and did concept, like industrial design for products. Well, which pays pretty fucking good. I dated somebody for a bit who did that. She made a lot of money.
That'd be an interesting job.
Yeah, you need a real degree in it to do it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least you need a lot of experience in it. Because there's a lot more than just drawing a handle on a thing or whatever. You have to have studied human factoring and...
Because she actually was designing products, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, like she was designing controls for heavy equipment on job sites for construction. She had a patent on a control hand setup for a electric razor or something.
Whoa.
Like all kinds of weird stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's not how that goes, I guess. It's all very confusing. Something that reminds me of Manzinger Z about this dude's face. Great Manzinger.
Did you see the one I sent you?
No, I did not. I'll look at it right now. Twitter. Oh, you sent me a link to a Facebook post?
Yes.
Oh, that is a custom. You used an Optimus Prime head.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's a pretty dope custom, though.
Yeah, I thought so.
Look at that. Pretty sweet. I wonder if it transforms into anything. Or if it's just like... Huh. That looks like those feet. That looks like Lancia Stratos.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
You would.
Need anything?
Some kind of snack.
Alright, you want some peanuts or some chips?
Peanuts would be fine. As I carefully open the beer. I guess I'm winging it. Winging it with the head. Because, like, this is the best image I have of the head. Even with my glasses on, it doesn't really make sense to me. Speaking of 3D modeling, I've been looking at getting back into doing Blender for some practical purposes because there's a lot of repeat scenery in the comic we're developing, and if it'd be at all possible to just model the places and not have to imagine them over and over again from like a map or something that I draw on a piece of paper and just turn the places around and do a little render and get on with my fucking day. That would be pretty sweet. Because I'm looking to do an issue every 2 months, 48 pages. And if I'm going to be doing that, I need to cut as many corners as I can while still making it look good. And pre-rendering some backgrounds, environments. Fuck it. I'll do it. I will cheat to get it done. Seems like it works okay. Mm. 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 I'm okay with this so far. Too forward. Mm. Okay. Mm.
In your face. I am going to have an experimental cocktail
Really?
and see how that goes.
What's going to be in your experimental cocktail?
Amaretto and cherry coke.
Huh.
But mostly it's experimental because I don't know how my head is going to respond. But we shall see.
This whole thing I'm doing over here is entirely experimental.
Looks good.
I don't know about that.
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What say chat?
Chat, do you like it? Crickets.
His head needs to be smaller.
Mmm. Oh, that's tasty.
Will says that amaretto plus Coors Light silver equals Dr. Pepper for some reason.
Weird.
Hmm.
What on earth are you doing bringing that swill into your house, though? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's some real beers. Coors Light is not beer. It's an abomination against beer.
Here, you should taste this.
Ah. Blue. Cyan. Cyan.
I put it in the Transformers mug.
Oh. Transformers Prime. The only really other good series other than G1.
Hot takes.
Shade. It tastes better than it smells.
Yeah, I think it smells good too.
I don't think it smells good. I'm not a cherry person though.
See, I smell the amaretto more than I smell the cherry.
Okay. Head drink time.
In Oklahoma, that's all they had at the convenience store, so it's all we could do to fortify it. Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
That explains why you were mixing amaretto with it.
Are you no longer in Texas?
I think he's saying that maybe that was where he used to live, maybe?
Oh, okay.
We drove through a little bit of Oklahoma on our road trip last year, and it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't stop, but
I've been through Oklahoma twice.
it was very pretty.
No, 3 times. I've been through Oklahoma 3 times.
I think I must have driven through there once before on a road trip, but it didn't really leave an impression that time. But this time we were kind of driving through there as the sun was setting, and it was very, very scenic and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of lakes.
Both of the previous times I've been there were in the middle of winter, and it was just like freeway winter grossness as exists
Will
in all
says there's
America.
nothing there.
Hey, the Flaming Lips are from OKC, so
There you go.
it's enough for me.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like them after a certain point.
I still think you need to give Yoshimi Battles of Pink Robots a shot.
A third chance.
Yeah.
I'm of the 1980s through 1990s when they were a rock band variety of Flaming Lips fan. Really, it's all about in a priest-driven ambulance, hit to death in the future head, and transmissions from the satellite heart.
Well,
and
I'll make a deal.
Clouds taste metallic.
You listen to the newer stuff, and I'll listen to the older stuff. How's that sound?
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Alright. I think I still have the Soft Bulletin on disc up there.
I think I remember seeing it when I put the CDs away.
That's when they really changed after the boombox Zyreka experimental stuff. No, it doesn't work either. Doing these angles within angles, man. Fucks with the brain. Makes you second guess everything you're fucking doing. Unless you're one of those super geometry people.
I am one of those people.
But are you a drafts person, geometry person?
If I was trying to draw something like that, I probably would have a pretty good feel for it, but I'm not as skilled of a drawer as you are.
Some days I do it good with this kind of stuff, but most of the time I have trouble. I'm having trouble today. I would shit my pants if someone tried to hire me to work for IDW to fucking do that stuff. I'd be like, yeah, great offer, but I don't think I can meet your deadlines. Unless I drew things in a way that I didn't respect myself for.
Yeah.
I could draw, tune accurate model sheet kind of shit over and over again. Like, that would be easy enough for me. But I doubt that I'd be able to do much in the way of, like, what do you call it? Making it look convincingly realistic the way I'd want to.
Mm.
I actually, I don't think I give myself enough credit, kind of.
Yeah.
Because there was a period where, and I know Carrie remembers this, where I was actually doing my own Transformers takes and actually mapping out their transformation concepts.
That was highly impressive.
So I'm not entirely useless in that regard. It just takes a lot of brain efforts. and being in the mood. And I was hyper in the mood. I was like obsessed. I was like, I can do it.
Yeah, you got it. You got into a whole thing.
Uh-huh. I'd assigned a re-concept of G1 Optimus Prime based around Peterbilt 352H, which is the hyper-extended 110 cab. But still a cab over, so you're not getting big long nose on it.
I've been seeing some pretty trucks on the road.
Yeah?
Driving to work. Actually, more in the afternoon, but yeah.
Double check my work here. That's what I thought. Do that too high. They're too low. This side.
That whole vent structure is kind of wrong.
Well, I don't know what to do about that.
Just bring in the line above it down a little bit.
I don't know what you're talking about. Come point at me. Or point at it for me.
See this. So maybe just take this down like that a little bit more.
Oh, I see the lines off.
Yeah. And its perspective is wrong.
I'll bring the ruler in again. Right the ship. Oh, this is wrong. Interesting. That's probably why I was having a lot of like, this doesn't look right vibes. Okay. Make sure all this is trued up. Like a wheel. Bicycle. One of my favorite songs by Brian Eno. It's called The True Wheel. And I wanted to base, maybe I'm saying too much, but there's a part of a comic I want to base on that song. In one of my comic book ideas that Carrie really wants me to finish.
Which one is that?
The Canoptica Jar.
Oh yes, that's a great story.
And it would have that in there. It would have an aspect of the story would be based on Brian Eno's song, The True Wheel. We are the 801. We are the central shaft. Or the central shaft.
Shaft.
As British people.
Mm-hmm.
We are the central shaft. Oh, it's very subtly off, too. It's not dramatically off. Interesting. Some kind of bendy drift.
Mm-hmm.
That better?
Yeah, a little bit. It still doesn't quite look right, but it's better.
The reason why it doesn't look right is because I don't think it would make logical sense to have those corners like that.
Yeah.
To have the diagonal corners.
I feel like the top of the sticker sheet is also going in that same reverse perspective and making it look janky.
I don't know what you mean.
So that sticker sheet, you know?
Yeah, the tits.
On the top, yeah, the tits. The left side is like lower than the right side, or skinnier than the right side. You see that?
Well, I have a ruler right here so I can measure it.
Yeah. Well, I would bet money it's skinnier on the left. With my eyeballs.
A hair. It's a 1.5 inches roughly both ways. And most of what's the differences is made up by line width.
I I mean, it's not egregious.
I think the thing that throws it off are these diagonal lines here. It makes everything look fucking weird.
Mm.
Like it's a inch and a half here and it's an inch and a half here.
Okay.
Well, by the ruler in my hands.
Uh-huh.
So an inch and a half of this screen.
Yeah.
Raisins.
Raisins.
Mm.
We do have raisins somewhere, but I don't think any of the packs are open. And you're the only one that eats them.
I like raisins.
I know you do. It's because you're a heathen. Degenerate.
Hey, baby, you like it. Certain paths turn certain corners. Sooner or later, we'll turn yours. Very threatening.
Mm,
Some of the lyrics from that song.
I figured.
And I think that the band A Certain Ratio named themselves after a line in that song too.
Mm.
So then the backing vocalists come in and sing, "Looking for a certain ratio.
Okay.
I think I saw it down in the car park."
Samaj says raisins by themselves are fine, but if you mix them in anything, they become gross. I just think they're gross.
I love them. Especially love them in trail mixes and stuff. So that whole mixing thing, I'm there for it. Hate me if you want to.
And you're all about the fucking carrot cake with the raisins. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Wreck a perfectly good carrot cake.
Carrot cake with raisins. Give it me.
Oatmeal raisin cookies. Ugh.
Oh yes. Love them. Love them. Love them.
I just like plain oatmeal cookies.
Those are okay so long as there's cinnamon, nutmeg, and shit.
No. I like just the oatmeal.
What you want? No caramelization, no sweetness.
It gets caramelized because from the brown sugar.
Brown sugar's a thing, but I like cinnamon. And
I feel like cinnamon has its places, and I don't always want it. Will says he's for raisins in cereal. Cereal, ice cream, turkey stuffing. No. Keep them out. Yes, I agree, Samaj. I agree.
Raisins and cereal. Well, yeah, I suppose like
Raisin Bran.
yeah, that's good. I
Yeah.
like that. I'm into it.
I will say there's one exception. There are certain Indian curry dishes that I can tolerate raisins in. Like there's ones that have kind of that light red curry with the sort of creamy sauce, and they have like cashews and usually they're golden raisins, which are somehow like slightly less bad than regular raisins.
Golden raisins are really delicious.
Um,
Especially delicious.
and Will says, "Yeah, I draw the line at chicken salad." I see now.
I like chicken salad. Chicken salad with
with
craisins.
Craisins is awesome.
With craisins, really fucking good. Yeah.
But not raisins. Ugh.
Worked at a place where we made a really good chicken salad with tarragon and craisins, and it was just heavenly.
Figs equals macro raisins.
Figs are amazing. I love figs.
I can have like one fig and then I'm over it.
The thing is I want my figs to taste figgy.
Yeah.
And a lot of times dried figs don't taste figgy anymore.
Yeah.
had an experience with that.
Raisins.
I don't know what you're- I don't know what that-
Raisins.
I don't know what that those words together. I don't know what that means.
Well, he's just making a different version of craisins. Samaj says they are as bad as pineapple on pizza. Don't
Pineapple on
even.
pizza is great.
We're not gonna do this right
Yeah,
now.
there's no ideology to food.
No.
But I love pineapple on pizza, and you're
I
not
do
going to
too.
shame me over it.
Yeah, no.
I will never feel bad for liking
Yeah.
pineapple on pizza.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Samaj has tried to start this debate several times.
Yeah, he did it. The first stream that we did that was public. He's all about this
Pineapple and
pineapple pizza.
pepperoni. Ugh, I mean, I'm not really a huge pepperoni fan, so
I think I'd be able to do it.
I like the
But
ham.
I'm all about the Canadian
ham and
bacon,
the
the ham,
bacon.
what you people call back bacon up there, I guess.
Yeah.
You
You
people, you
people.
Canadian people.
Yeah. What the fuck is this heresy? LMAO. Yes, it is.
No, like my go-to pizza, and Carrie knows this because she ends up ordering it a lot, is Canadian bacon, pineapple, green pepper, and sometimes breakfast bacon on top of it all.
Yes. He says, you mean correct bacon? Then yes. To your Canadian back bacon comment.
Yeah, I think there's a whole war that could happen between Canadians, Americans, and British over what bacon really is.
Yes, indeed.
And, yeah. I want no part in it.
Yeah,
It's all tasty.
It is. It is indeed all tasty.
I don't need to have a war over it. It's all just tasty.
Yeah. Tasty pig flesh.
Mm-hmm. Give me that intelligent mammal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't eat cephalopods, and I can use the whole they're smart and they can like unscrew jars and teach each other thing
Uh-huh.
as an excuse. But what it really comes down to is I just don't like the way it tastes.
Yeah.
I don't like squid, nor do I like octopus.
Uh-huh. I like it okay, but not enough that I don't know. I don't really eat it anymore. Just because it never was that good. I mean, I like all seafood, but I would say that the squid and octopus is kind of low level on my list.
I wonder how you'd feel about tempura fried octopus.
I've had tempura fried squid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's just like kind of rubbery, and there are other things I would rather have at a Japanese restaurant.
That's kind of my first experience with octopus was tempura fried octopus, and it was really rubbery, and I hated that it was really rubbery.
Will is speaking your language. No bugs dredged up off the seafloor.
Yep.
Give me all of those fucking bugs.
Do not bring me bottom feeders.
I love them. The shrimps and
The scrimps.
crab.
No.
Crabs are my favorite.
Them
crab
shits. The bacteria you can't cook out of it. That it just
Yeah,
is
you
fucking
know,
bad for you.
I don't know. I have never had any bad effects from it
That you know of.
that I know of.
You could be building up a carcinogen bomb that's gonna
Maybe.
turn into lymphomas or something.
Could, but whatever. It was worth it. But yeah, I do feel like lobster is highly overrated. Like I like it, but it's like not nearly as good as crab.
Yeah, I agree with Will here. Pizza toppings are not a zero-sum game.
I agree.
However, I do like some of the triggery memes I've seen of recent. Like, saw one that was just a half of a pineapple with pizza bites on it.
Yes, that was funny.
That was funny as all fuck.
Yes, that was
Made
very
me laugh my ass off. Alright, let's look at more of this reference material.
He says, I'll stick in the Cheddar Bay. Thank you very much. We just had Cheddar Bay biscuits, from a box mix But the
Yeah.
box mixed Cheddar Bay biscuits are pretty fucking
They're
good.
really good.
We had them with spaghetti last week because we didn't have any garlic bread, and I remember that they were in the cupboard, and I was like, "Oh, that would be good."
They went with
it
the
was.
spaghetti pretty good.
It was good.
I
I
was
actually have
impressed.
crab legs in the freezer, but I keep forgetting that they're there.
Crabs.
I also have a big bag of scramps in the freezer.
You. All right, I'm gonna handle this. Whatever this is gonna be, I gotta make this entire joint up. So I'm thinking about some kind of universal business here. Should maybe actually do this in a different layer. Bring it down. So need a universal-ish joint here. Some kind of rotor in here. Maybe bring something up here to make it look more robot-y. Really rough and weird here. I don't know. No, I think if I didn't have like dyslexia and other problems, I'd probably be really adept at this shit. But so I have good spatial things
So
going
what is
on.
how does the dyslexia affect it?
I think it's because I get stuck in this place where I'm uh thinking about it too logically,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm never able to I get into these ruts where I'm never able to complete my idea
Interesting.
because I'm thinking about it too logically. I'm not being impulsive at all.
Is that because of your dyslexia you have to think that way?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I adapted to thinking about pretty much every form of communication except for drawing as a hurdle to get over.
Okay.
Outside of, well, talking and drawing. I'm
Mhm.
real fucking good at talking.
You are a good talker.
But writing things down, like all that stuff, that is retranslating my brain and triple checking and still missing like mistakes and like all this stuff. It's just okay. So yeah, I think I've got do a thing like this. The wheel be in here too. Okay. Huh. See if I can make this work. You actually, Carrie loves going to what do you call that? The like shitty chain seafood restaurant.
Red Lobster.
Yes.
Yes, I do. I enjoy Red Lobster. Although now that we've got a couple of different Cajun seafood boil restaurants, I'm more inclined towards those. But I know for a fact that I can go into a Red Lobster and get a big plate of delicious crab legs for not too huge of a price, and that's great. That's all I want.
And they have decent burgers. I think I can
Yeah.
get a Sam Adams there, which is
Mm-hmm.
passable.
There's this artist on Twitter and Instagram called Trunic, and he makes some dope robot art with watercolors. Sweet.
Stomach?
Trunic. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit, he has an Optimus Prime up that just makes me salivate. Holy fuck. That's
Wow.
that's MP10. He
That's
just drew
gorgeous.
MP10. It's really good. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, this dude's getting an instant follow unless he's doing NFTs. Don't see any NFT evidence. Oh, Jin Urso.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I'm one of maybe 3 dudes on the planet who likes that movie.
Because you hate Star Wars.
Maybe. You liked it. Or at least you said you liked it. I don't know.
I liked it while I was watching it, but I honestly couldn't tell you anything about it now.
And see, I found it memorable. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that made me feel a little like I should stop drawing, actually. Looking at
Oh,
it.
stop it.
No, seriously, it was like that good. It's like,
It was really good,
it's
but
like holy fuck,
you
I
know,
should
he's
not.
doing a different thing than you are.
A better thing.
It's a different thing.
A very much better
He's
thing.
currently working on a comic for an indie toy group. It is the blue and orange robot. Nice. I have one of the toys, and it's one of the best toys I've ever bought.
Oh. What's the brand of the toy?
I don't know.
Alright. Let's find our pencil stuff. Now I have fucking the doors in my head.
Where'd that come from?
I often it's touch me or whatever.
Come on, now touch me, baby.
Yeah. I often get the opening rhythm, the just pops in my head out of nowhere because it's so good.
It's catchy.
It's a really catchy, awesome opening rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know what time signature it's in, or if it's just
It's
highly
4/4.
syncopated. It's just highly syncopated 4/4.
Yeah.
It's really good though. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, da, da. Come on, now touch my penis. Can't you tell that I have a penis? Let me remind you about my penis.
What was that penis? That wee penis. I don't know.
Astrobots from Toy Notch. I'll have to look that up. You should look it up while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Astrobots from Toy Notch. We bought a really weird transforming robot a couple months ago. It was at the dead of winter when we bought it.
Uh-huh.
It's a Chinese, a real life Chinese submersible that turns into a mecha.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's really good. The only thing that's weird about it is in the photos on the box, it shows little figurines you can put into it, but it doesn't come with the little figurines, which is like, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
I want the little figurines.
Yeah, I want little dudes.
Yeah, give to me all the little dudes. There, I sent you the link in your Twitter. These things are pretty cool, although they have the little teeny tiny weird waist that I think is weird.
Teeny weird waist.
Yeah, you'll see.
Come on, now touch my penis. Can't you tell that I have a penis? Yeah, these are, yeah, it's okay. Does it use the what do you call that? There's a type of universal toy joint system where you can like
Oh yeah.
take them apart or whatever. Glios? Does it use a Glios? Looks like I use Glios. Not seeing anything about Glios though. It has LED light ups. 7 inches. $80 for a 7-inch figure. It doesn't transform. It has a tiny waist like that. I don't know. I think it's okay. Not my jam though. Not fully my jam. I wish it was more robust in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And at 7 inches, I don't like fully articulated fingers. I think it's overdone. I think you could have probably made this 55 points. You probably made it for like 17 or 18 points of articulation. Had it been just as good of a figure, and not charge so much for it. Maybe. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the one who needs correcting. What?
It's funny.
Oh. Yeah, Glios. Yeah, he brought Glios. Somebody brought up Glios. Yeah, it's very top-heavy. I don't like the top-heavy look. I've gotten sick of exaggerated proportions. I'm fully just fucking done with a lot of that stuff. What was that promise that you made?
Oh,
I'm going to pressure you into sex.
You promised that you would touch my penis.
You promised you'd give me head. When we were on the road, I ended up doing some Jim Morrison impressions that were pretty good, but I forgot how I did it.
I don't remember either.
It was pretty good though.
Yeah.
I've had a few weird things over the last couple of years where stuff that I hated when I was a kid I've started liking, and one of those things is the Doors. What it is, started liking the Doors. Started just being able to be like, yeah, you know, Jim Morrison, he's a creep, and songs are really disturbing and gross and sometimes. But at the same time, they're great.
I mean, you say that, but like, you gotta take everything in the context in which it was birthed, and you know, you can talk about a song being creepy or rapey or whatever, but like, when it comes down to it, like, the bitches loved it when he was singing that shit too.
Oh yeah. My dad saw saw the Doors live in Florida. Saw the Doors live in Florida and said that after the show was over, the entire stadium's floor was covered in underwear.
Oh, I believe it.
Covered in women's underwear. And that's a story through my mom, because I did not know my dad.
Yeah.
Okay, this bullshit joint, I don't know. It's gonna be good enough for me, I guess. Ooh, actually, let's open up a possibility for myself here. Yes. Do a little bit of a pivot here. Yeah. Some things I already changed in here are this window backing here, because it's angled on the toy, but on the real car, it's not angled. And even though it's a little shorter than what the real window would be, I think it looks better to have it straight. Figure if I'm taking liberties with giving him a actual waist, then fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go even further. I'm going to create a little notched system in here. There we go. Now I got to figure out how to deal with this wheel. So yeah, the woman I dated who did product design, she was always on me about how ellipses were not exaggerated enough. How they weren't tilted enough to make it look stylish. And I'm like... But I never got on board fully.
Aren't you gonna do the Russian accent? Come on.
No, I'm not going to do the
Why
Russian
not?
accent. Because I don't want people to I don't want to dox her.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even want to mention that she's Russian. I don't want to
Sorry.
dox her.
I didn't mean to.
It's all right. I still respect her, unlike many of my exes.
Whatever.
I don't respect most of my exes.
Yeah.
And it's rare that I'm fond for my exes.
Well,
I can think of...
I would say that you respect them as humans as you would anyone else.
It's arguable.
Well, the way that you talk about them, that's the impression I get.
I learned something from all of them,
Yeah.
but I have so many of them.
Yes, that's true. I do not respect my ex-husband, at least.
Yeah.
I have several ex-boyfriends that I do respect. Samaj says you could always hide details with black shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do that with this kind of shit, and I'm probably going to do that here, but I still like to plan it out a bit. I like that joint. That joint works fine.
Yeah, looks good. He says, I think most people don't feel good about their exes. Yes, that's true. But I'd like to think that Otha and I are both a little more mature about such things than most people. And like,
we're elevated people.
Yeah, we are. You. No, like, I don't know. I think that a lot of my exes were really good people. My ex-husband was not.
See, I think I dated some crazy fucked up people.
Yeah.
That were great at pretending they were good people for a little bit.
Yeah.
Or that they were just so fucking hot that I ignored the insanity.
Well, there is that.
Which I think I did a lot.
Yeah.
I think the one big consummated crush I had was that case. That, like, there's a lot of warning signs. I should have looked at them, and I was just like, no, I'm living out my fantasy of, like, actually being with someone I had a crush on, and they had a crush on me back. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're elevated people with a siren out front. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of those guys that when I break up with women, I never talk to them again.
I'm not entirely that way.
I wish they got the hint already. Yeah. Yeah,
No,
I actually...
I'm friends with a few. One of my exes just had a baby.
I'm friends with a few of
And
my exes.
I'm like really kind of like thinking, I like look at their little thing and I'm like, oh, that's actually like something I would have never given her, and I'm glad I broke up with her when I did. And I actually, that person, I broke up with them knowing that they were like super into me and they were really nice, and I was like, I don't want to ruin, like, I don't want to fuck you up because like I'm not gonna fall in love with you. And they were like, oh my god, I'm so happy that you did that because I've been used so much by people who don't say that.
Wow.
Yeah. But she's a big introvert and she doesn't have all those outward human skills. But yeah, she's had a baby, and I'm like, that's cool. It's awesome. I would never be involved with anything like a child.
Yeah.
That I find the whole idea disturbing. Okay. This can be bowed even more.
Yeah, I don't know why it's such a big deal to people, but I don't know. I mean, when I was young, like when I was a teenager, I assumed I would have kids just because everyone else did, but when it came down to it, like it wasn't something that I really wanted or didn't want for myself. And I'm very glad that my ex-husband did not want kids, because if we had had kids, it would have made everything way more complicated.
Yeah, that would have ruined your life.
Yeah.
Probably.
Um.
Yeah, these ellipses suck.
Yeah.
This wheel sucks. Holy shit. Just feels wooden. Feels like it's carved out of shit wood.
It does look wooden.
It's a little better, maybe.
Yeah, it is. I think it's because the edge looks too crisp.
Yeah, that's where a lot of my problems are with ellipses. So they're too crisp, too hard on the bottom. Surface meets. I'm just gonna make this some sort of like rough linkage in the middle, and I'm gonna do a lot of shadows.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Budget.
Budget.
Mm-hmm.
This is all stuff I'm making up on the spot because it does not exist on the toy, and there's been no real cartoon or anything representation of it. I don't feel like the alternators version of Camshaft is it's very representative of the original at all, so just making it all up as I go in the middle here.
It would be weird to have a wheel in your armpit.
Yeah, it would. Imagine there'd be a lot of rubbing.
Yeah. He goes through a lot of baby powder, I bet.
Faceted edges here.
You could always try flipping the canvas and see how it looks. I find it helps with perspective. Yes, that is definitely a thing.
Let's try that.
My shit is frozen.
Your what's frozen?
My shit. The stream.
Oh. It is?
Well, it's just like got a spinning wheel on it.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm seeing stuff over here.
I'm sure. I just
I
like.
hope it's not
I
bad.
think I just got disconnected. I've been having weird shit with my internet today. Unable to connect. I'm gonna try to reconnect.
Are people still seeing me out there? I actually think that looks fine. Yep, cool, sweet.
Hi.
It's all you. Is your Wi-Fi fucked?
Oh, it's working again now.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened to me earlier when I was playing ESO. I had to log out, and well, it automatically logged me out. And I was like, what the fuck's happening? I thought maybe the game was down. But then I realized that none of the internet was working, so I had to just log off the internet and log back on again, and then it worked. It was weird. I don't know if the chat is working. I'm gonna refresh the page. There we go. Now I see it.
Pardon me, Jesus. Belching and taking the Lord's name in vain. Oh my gosh.
Just a terrible fucking person.
Yeah. You knew that.
Yes, I did.
Cyan. 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 Oh, I did something.
Super Saiyan.
I was accidentally hitting the plus instead of the minus. I figure I'd just roll with it. Oh, it did that again. Some water here. I'm starting to like this, actually.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm starting to feel okay about it. The self-loathing is lifting off of me.
How about that?
Yeah. Hmm. Let's get in here. What is that? I don't fucking know. I just made it
It
up.
says belly button, clearly.
It's a little high for a belly button, but I'll go with it. Doo-doo. Oh man, so you know that YouTube kid, that British kid that watched all those no means no videos?
Yes.
He watched a Lena Lovitch video
Oh,
for Lucky Number.
interesting.
Yeah.
How did you like that?
Loved it. He's either got somebody in his life that has good taste in music, or he just, like, a bunch of people found him because he says he gets suggestions off of Instagram
Uh-huh.
a lot, and some people with good music taste found him on Instagram or something.
Okay.
Yeah, very interesting, very weird.
Yeah, the kid is pretty awesome.
Can't remember his name. It's like Thor something,
Yeah, I don't
something,
remember.
some Marvel fan kind of shit, but listening to fucking No Means No songs, it's wild as shit.
And Zappa.
And Zappa, yeah, and Lena Lovitch.
Fucking 10-year-old kid listening to Zappa.
I was 4 or 5 when I heard Zappa.
Yeah, but you were you're an exceptional case. Let's just put it that way. You were surrounded by fucking degenerates and outlaws.
Some guy that Samaj is watching has a heavy accent, and whenever he says focus, it sounds like fuck it.
Fuck us.
Oh man, when I worked at Kinko's back in the day, all these Somali taxi drivers would come in to send faxes overseas, and they'd say fax like fuck us,
Fucks.
fuck us.
Fuck us. I suppose if you didn't have an X sound in your language, that would be a tough one to learn.
Oh yeah. So, hearing Japanese people try to say X is hilarious. The fucksu.
Bakushu.
Fucksu. Watching them try to say a V sound. It's hilarious. They just keep getting caught in a B.
That's racist.
It's true. It's just true.
Yeah. Languages are not universally translatable.
No. I got the lucky number song stuck in
Like,
my head.
I'm sure that, like, Chinese people think it's hilarious to try and listen to Westerners trying to pronounce their different sounds.
Their hypertonal
Yeah.
fucking insanity language.
Yeah.
I tried Chinese for about a minute and a half.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, nope. That is not happening.
Tomorrow is a Japanese holiday called White Day. Really? Like white people or just like the color white?
White people,
White people.
you're killing yourself.
Uh,
That works. That's fudgy, whatever. I don't fucking care. Lena Lovitch had cool style. She brought like muha kind of fashions into post-punk music.
I heard a song on KFAI the other morning that was really crazy. I looked it up later and it was Nina Hagen.
Oh.
But she sounded a lot like Toya, the way she was screaming.
Oh, really?
The weird, like, yeah. For them, Valentine's Day, women and girls are expected to hand out chocolates, but White Day is when men hand out the chocolates and something extra, probably a ring. Oh, I see. I thought the Japanese had stopped reproducing, though.
Yeah, that's a thing. Now, white in Japanese culture is reserved for two things: marriage and death. They do not do the black thing for death. It's a Western thing, which they totally adopt for anime.
Is it in China? Isn't red for weddings?
I don't know.
I think it is.
That makes sense. Somehow. Which would really make like that whole thing with Game of Thrones just like a normal wedding.
Yeah.
The normal wedding.
Except with blood. I mean, I don't actually know because I never watched any of that, but
I just know that people died.
The pop culture.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah. Japan focused on work culture and pressured young women to do the same. This started around the 80s.
Oh, I know all about that. Yeah. It actually started right after the Meiji Restoration in some ways. They just didn't have their class collapse fully until after World War II when we imposed a class collapse on them.
Yeah.
Hmm. 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 Yep. Thought of a new thing. I'm going with it. I'm going to give room for these hips to pivot. Some logic in these motherfucking designs. There we go. Big crotch.
Not your mom.
Heard your mom's got a really big crotch. Heard she intimidated the Zamboni driver.
With her big crotch.
Her big crotch.
Women hated the work and focused their free time on children's hobbies like Hello Kitty, which is why it's so big over there and has a very deviant subculture.
Well, that and going to karaoke by themselves.
Yeah.
Well, by themselves as being like without men.
Uh-huh.
They would rent private karaoke rooms and, I don't know, get into shenanigans alone.
Is there like...
And they're not even lesbians, most
I
of
was gonna ask, is being gay acceptable in Japan?
I don't know. Being an effeminate dude is acceptable, but being gay, I don't know. I have no fucking idea. When I studied Japanese, I did not pay attention to contemporary Japanese culture very much because I was mostly into history.
Yeah.
So I never was privy to it. And every time I'd clock into it and like try to figure something out, I'd be like, man, my idea of going to Japan just seems less and less appealing.
Yeah.
That might be why I stopped studying the language so intently.
They definitely have a very conservative culture. It's like...
They hate homosexuals but love to sexualize them?
Oh.
Interesting.
I mean, that makes sense.
At least they're not Chechnya.
It totally makes sense with the way, at least how I understand, like, their culture is, like, it's super, like, on the surface, strict and traditional, but then just underneath the surface is the sort of return of the repressed thing, you know?
Return of the repressed?
Yeah, like, it's very Freudian. It's like, you repress something on the surface and it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
But they almost, like, accept that. It's almost like, you know, the way that they read manga porn on the train.
Well, they used to. They don't do it as much anymore.
Yeah, but, like, it's like, as long as it's in its proper place, it's okay, you know? But I don't know.
It's starting to look like something.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a transformer.
I don't hate it.
That's something. You hate everything you do.
Yep.
Well, not everything. A lot of things.
Most things that I do, I hate. I'm gonna retweet the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand people.
I don't understand you. I just don't understand you.
What's that from?
It's one of those tiny songs on the They Might Be Giants record, Follow Me Team.
Oh yeah.
Which is yes, it's one of my favorite things ever. That whole thing of all those teeny tiny songs.
This whole suite.
Yes, it's great.
Tiny song. Gotta love faceted corners.
All artists hate their work. I don't know if that's true. I think most good artists hate their work, but I don't think they all do.
I just know that I do.
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of weird kind of solace to hate your own art. Oh. Pretty broken, actually. Hmm. Hmm. Samaj, do you hate your own art? Because you seem like you have a thing that you do that you've got pretty down. Sort of a thing that you stick to. A comfort zone that works for you. At least as far as I can tell. Okay, how am I going to approach these hands? These hands look pretty blocky. I wonder if I should try to maintain some of that blockiness. Or if I should just go with a full, like, fancy robot hands design.
Make them blocky.
If I do them blocky, I can give them a little bit of a Kirby vibe. Which I'm always into.
Mm-hmm. He says, yeah, but I rarely think about it because I'm always ready to work on the next thing.
That is a thing.
Yes.
That is kind of what I do too. It's like, I'm like, I hate this, and then I'm doing the next thing already.
Mm-hmm.
This sucks! On to the next thing. And then I'll come back to something later. Like, this has been happening to me more and more. I'll come back to something later. I'll be like, oh, I actually really like this. Or the thing that I always say is like, because I've got a fucking record of my art that goes back 27 years. I can look at something and be like, oh wow, this thing I did in 1997 is so much better than anything I do now. And feel really bad about myself in that way, but then be like, yeah, I did something nice once.
I don't really think that the old stuff is better than the new stuff.
I think some of it is. I think there's a better energy to it. It's got more freedom.
Yeah, that might be a thing.
Okay. So I'm going to go with blocky vibe here.
Robot hands piss me off. I mean, really piss me off.
I'm fine with them.
Otha is just really good at hands generally, so like I suppose robot hands aren't much different.
It's a way to actually accentuate the mechanical way that I lay out hands a lot.
Uh-huh. Well, why don't you talk about that? How you do hands?
I mean, sometimes I'll do hands that are just like, I can just, budget out and then refine it later. Like, here's a fucking hand, and then I'll add some detail later on, but, because I've drawn so many organic hands. But if it's a pose that I'm not super comfy with, I will get really modular. I'll start being like, okay, so this is kind of where the palm base is. And this is like the upper part where fingers attach, and add in this round part where the thumb comes in, and I could be like, well, what do I want to do here? And then like, okay, I want the thumb to come out. So draw the end of the thumb like that, and I'll actually draw the different sections of the fingers, and it's a little too thick, maybe. Draw the different sections, bring them in. Think about the different lengths of the fingers as I'm doing it. Just rough that in, and then, I get comfortable. Just do something like that, and bring the wrist up off the back.
It's a good hand.
Yeah. I'm all about breaking down things into their
He
component
says
parts.
human hands are kind of universal. Men's hands are men's, and same for women. But robot hands are like fingerprints. Every bot had their own hands.
It's not true. I mean, you think about it this way. I try to think about it like, oddly enough, like a manufacturer or a toy designer. You can design one set of hands and just fucking repeat that shit. It's happened. I didn't do that. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever the fuck. I'm sure this chewing noise is fantastic to all.
Hey, you need fuel for the drawing.
It's alright. I was going to say, though, I disagree with that idea of hands being sort of universal or whatever. And that human factoring idea comes into this pretty intensely, because, like, for my height, my hands are huge. They're up in, like, the 97th percentile of hand size.
Well, so is your head.
Yeah.
And your feet.
Mm-hmm. Well, and even amongst people who have my size of feet, size 12 feet, they measure really weird.
Well, yeah, your feet are giant, crazy meat slabs. They're like 3 inches tall. It's ridiculous.
So I like this hand, but it's a bit huge. So I'm going to shrink it.
It is a huge hand. It looks good, though.
I like its attitude. Scale that bitch. Scale that bitch like she Mount Everest. Baby, I love you so much I'm gonna die on you, frozen. They won't even be able to retrieve my corpse.
I don't think I'm into this anymore.
Yeah, that works.
What is going on out there?
I don't know. Someone's backing up. Someone's playing some heavy bass in their vehicle. Yeah, that hand works.
Yeah, looks great.
And man, because of the tilt of the body, I don't have to draw that other upper arm with the wheel on it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me happy. In fact, I think this drawing, let me look at this. I am going to avoid drawing any hubcaps.
Nice.
Wow, I rock. The hubcaps on these Mazdas are actually really unique. Pretty cool. Look at that.
Yeah, they are cool.
They don't do shit like that anymore. Yeah, people have highly different dimensional hands, and says a lot about what they do with their lives.
Well, I would say that you, at least for all the artists I've known, you have, like, you've paid special attention to learning hands
Yes.
compared to most people.
Well, I didn't want to fuck it up. I wanted to be able to do it. I wanted to unlock it for myself.
And then there's like the whole mystery of like how you could literally look at a photograph of a hand in a real position and draw it exactly and it wouldn't look right. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, we
Well, there's a lot of things like that with photographs of people.
yeah.
It's why artists matter. It's why a lot of stuff where they use a lot of heavy photo reference sucks. It's why even with like a model sitting or whatever, the human eye is super important. Like, you know, Luke Hillstad, he's highly skilled. He's an artist I know, and he's a fine artist technically, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would classify him as that. Even though, like, I don't know, he gets classified as kitsch.
Yeah, he gets classified as kitsch, which I don't get it.
Well, it's just because he's doing something that's
He's doing
now.
realism. He's doing realism with surrealist context.
He's not like communicating with the whatever the current art trend is.
Yeah, he does like a sort of like symbolic realism, like highly realistic models that he sits with and stuff like that. But you can tell that he's sitting with the models because they don't have like focal lens aberrations and stuff. He's not mimicking some sort of like shitty artifacts that you get from taking a photo. And that's a big deal. He also he gave me probably one of my biggest compliments ever as an artist.
Yeah.
And it was just he just basically said that my ability to draw the human body just out of my head and have all my people look different and everything just intimidated the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Samaj says, I've known fellow artists from conventions in Artist Alley, and they will never take the time to learn to draw hands. Heads only for these people. Yeah, I've seen it. They're like trying to hide the hands all the time.
But you know, it's like what are these artists' backgrounds? It's kind of my question with that, because I worked as an illustrator full time for years and years, for 17 years. You know, and I fucking worked for people like Microsoft and book publishers and doing ad work and shit like that. So like I had to do whatever was asked of me. There's nothing I like. If I had to draw a car, I drew a car. If I had to draw people, which I mostly had to draw people and likenesses, but I would draw full body likenesses a lot of times, people doing things. I had to be able to do that, and I had to be able to do it out of my head with very little reference because of the time I grew up in with it, or came up in, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the late 90s and early 2000s, like, I did not have home internet. So I was just doing what I could until I could get home internet for that, you know. A lot of times it'd be like I'd download some photo reference at work, take it home, and then work with what I had there. Stuff like that. So, like, yeah, it's a very different thing. And I imagine a lot of these Artist Alley people, they're not anybody who had to work professionally. They didn't have to do whatever whatever job came their way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a really great way to learn, to just fucking have to do whatever people hire you to do. As much as it can burn you out, which it burned me out a lot. It still gave me what I think is a big advantage, because I just had to do whatever.
They do it as a hobby and work the conventions, no real day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our convention, we see that mostly in the art show, but, like,
People who table.
Most of the people at table are actual artists.
Yep.
Like comic book artists and shit.
We have a huge scene here, though.
Yeah.
Compared to most cities. Minneapolis, St. Paul has a huge indie comic scene. And there's a lot of people that work for DC and Marvel. Especially DC here.
Mm-hmm.
One dude who actually who works on Wolverine stuff a lot. Can't remember his name. I don't know. I don't like the newer Wolverine comics. No offense against him, but I just don't like him. But he writes for that stuff. So there's a lot of people that work for the pros here. And it's been that way for years and years. Like Neil Gaiman has connections here. Carrie knows more about that than I do, even.
Well, I don't know if he's. Well, I think
he lived in Wisconsin
now, but yeah, he lived in Wisconsin. But you know, the Twin Cities was the closest metropolitan area, so he would always be over here doing stuff. And like he had the relationship with Dreamhaven Books in South Minneapolis, so he'd be in there like twice a month signing books and shit. And he could just go in there and run into him.
And I met shit tons of people through Michael Grievous at Big Brain, but most of the people I met through him were musicians, actually, which is very strange.
Mm.
But, you know.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. Enjoying his retirement. I think he was looking for work because he was bored for a bit. But I don't know. I don't keep in contact with him.
Yeah.
Like, I lost his phone number 2 phones ago.
Mm.
And
Were you friends with him on Instagram?
Instagram and Twitter, but he's not exactly active.
Mm.
He's hard to keep a hold of because he's oddly antisocial.
Yeah. That is a weird dude.
He's pretty great, though.
Yes, I liked him. I miss going to his shop.
Indeed. But he got out just in time.
Yeah, he really did.
He really got out just in time. Oh my god. Yeah.
Artist Alley is cheap, $200 to $300 a table.
See, you say that.
Obvious what kind of people show up.
But here's the thing you don't understand, Samaj. Our big convention here in Minneapolis is free to table at.
Yeah,
it is free to table.
But you have to be approved.
But you have to be approved. I got approved.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't anybody.
Well, no, you're talking about what do you call it? The MCBA Comic Con. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not what do you call it? Convergence.
Convergence?
Convergence is the big one, but
Convergence is a science fiction convention.
Yeah,
it's not a comic book convention.
They're a little bit more expensive. I think they're like $175 to $200 to do a table in Artist Alley, but yeah, we have a really cool comic. What is it called? The Midwest Comic Book Association. And they do a big convention in the spring, 2-day convention. It's not like a they don't really have panels. Like there might be
There's panels.
a couple of them, but it's not like a big programming thing. It's
Yep.
mostly about the artists
It's,
and
people walking around and talking to people.
but yeah, it is free. It's great.
And it's only like $5 or $7 to get in.
Yeah, it's at the state fairgrounds in the, is it the Coliseum? Or no, in the grandstand. So it's in the inside of our grandstand building in the Coliseum, or in the fairgrounds, in kind of a big open concrete space, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it's a really neat event. And then they do a 1-day one in the fall.
Yep. And both of them are free to table at if you get approved.
Yep. Yeah, we did SpringCon 2017.
17, yep.
Yeah. Then we were gonna do FallCon and we were both sick, so we didn't go. And then, of course, last year we were approved and we were gonna do it again, and then COVID shut everything down.
We were gonna sell art books and had this whole big plan, and it was going to force me to do a bunch of stuff that I didn't want to do, and then COVID hit, and I didn't have to do those things. But I felt like it was a good thing to have to do those things.
Yes.
Now that I don't have to do them, I'm like,
well, you do have to do them.
I do. I just had a longer time to do them.
Yeah.
Wow, this is actually turning out pretty fun.
It looks really good.
I don't know about all that, but I'm having fun with it.
Good.
Might have to be some kind of correction on that foot, but we'll get there. We will get there. Man. Okay.
There is this convention I'll never do again. Dealer's Den
700.
and Artist Alley was split into two different buildings, and artists got shafted because no one showed up. $700 down the hole. Holy shit! What convention
Yeah, no, thank
is this?
you. Jesus Christ.
Tell us, because we have plans of hitting the road next when the convention.
Well, if it's in
goes.
Canada, I don't think I'll be able to go to that. But
Why not?
because I don't have a fucking passport.
Yeah, well, that's something you need to do.
We've talked about this.
I know. What's the matter? Don't you want to make fun of Canadians to their face?
I mean, I do. I really do. That is enticement. It really is. But, there's a lot of expense in bringing product across the border, actually.
Good point.
You have to pay tax going in and out.
I suppose.
All this shit.
Well, I guess down the road we can see how things go, like at U.S. conventions, and if we're getting good engagement online from our in-person marketing, we could maybe just not bring product with,
And just sit.
Yeah, well, have online stuff that people can do and do game, if we have the game published, we can do game stuff. Like actually sit down and do gaming sessions.
Oh.
He said it was the Calgary Expo in Alberta.
I think if I went up there, I'd probably try to do something in Vancouver.
Yeah. I have not been
That
to
seems like the spot.
Western Canada.
I have not been to any Canada.
I know.
Canada and I, we fight. Canada didn't want me there. Wistful Canada. Hateful Canada.
There's like a chorus of car alarms going off up there.
Jesus. What is wrong with where we live?
Well, it's warm and everything is waking up for the season, including the car alarms, apparently.
I'm surprised we haven't heard any gunshots,
Yeah.
especially since we were hearing them all winter.
Well, you
Like
know,
in the worst part of winter.
ever since that shootout on the corner out here, it's been quiet.
It has. You're right. It has.
So maybe whoever the dude was shooting at got the hint and left. I don't know.
Maybe they did.
I don't think anyone died in that shooting.
Yeah. I hope not.
I think because we would have heard about it.
Oh. Man. It's up and not down.
Oh, there's
Hey.
also a train going by right now.
I am quasi-socialist, so I don't care about that.
About what?
He says it's becoming a socialist
Oh.
hellhole.
Yeah.
I'm a big lefty.
Depends what you mean by socialist.
Yeah. Well, I am a fiscal socialist.
Yes.
I believe in redistribution.
I mean, we're sitting here with no health insurance right now, so it's
So you can talk about your socialist hellhole all you want.
yeah.
Your fucking health insurance, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Your
No, they
awesome
don't even-
Canadian health insurance.
I don't think they even have health insurance. They just get to go to the doctor.
Yeah. Nationalized fucking healthcare.
Yeah.
Pissing me off because we don't have any. I just get to go into debt for the rest of my fucking life if I hurt myself right now.
Yep. Well, technically, I think I can retroactively pay for the Cobra.
But still, it's $3,500 a month or something.
No, it's not that bad, but it is like $2,000 a month.
So fucked up.
Yeah.
So fucking wrong.
Yep.
Okay. Let me get this rocket launcher out of the way in his back. See what that looks like.
He says only some of it is covered. You still need to get health care. I would imagine the basics are covered though, right? Like if you have a medical emergency, you don't have to worry about like going into debt.
Yeah.
I imagine. I don't know.
We were talking about weird healthcare catch-22s in other countries that have socialized healthcare
Yeah,
last night.
of course. Like nothing's perfect.
Like Sweden, they don't have dental,
Yeah.
which is really fucking weird to me. But whatever.
Dental is this weird thing though where like I don't know. It at least in this country, it's become this thing that's way more about cosmetics than it is about health. And it makes it so that I hate going to the dentist because I just want my health of my teeth to be looked after.
Yeah.
But I go in there and they're like, oh, we're going to polish your teeth. And do you want Botox? I'm like, no.
What the fuck?
Just fucking clean my teeth. I don't care.
Botox? Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, I am baffled. I'm actually baffled by this angle. Huh.
He says medical emergency, yeah, but you still have to pay for part of it. Okay. Yeah.
Still, like, probably better than what we got.
It's probably not like $10,000 to go to the emergency room.
Yeah.
Because seriously, that's what it is here.
It looks okay. Thicken this up. And something here for right now. No, it really breaks my heart to see that, like, fucking conservatives over in the UK are privatizing the NHS and shit like that. It's just like,
Are they actually doing that?
well, they've been doing it for a few years. They're just slowly selling everything off to private contractors. All the different services.
Because the NHS is, like,
Yeah.
awesome. Like, you don't have to even fill out any paperwork. Like, if you're, like, Therese was over there visiting before she moved there, and she got sick, and she went to the doctor.
Who is Therese?
My aunt.
Yes. Sorry for the audience.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. My aunt, who married a Brit and now lives in Britain, and has for about
A long time.
years, maybe. Anyway, like, she went into the clinic and was treated for being sick, and they never asked for her name or information. It was just like, oh, here you go. Oh, he says you still need to pay for things like ambulances and your own teeth as well as eyes. We have pretty good health care coverage called Blue Cross, but it's still a couple $100 a month. Yeah, we actually have Blue Cross too. A couple $100 a month. Okay. So I belong to a union, so my whole package is collectively bargained, and it's really my employer that pays for my insurance, which is a good deal. But what is being paid, which ends up coming out of what would be my wage, like if we didn't have to pay so much for healthcare, we would have a higher wage, is somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,300 to $1,400 a month.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
The one time I had insurance, health insurance offered to me at a job, it would have been 2/3 of my wage in order to have health insurance.
Yeah, is your Samaj, is it tied to your employment, or do you just like buy it independently? Because here, for almost everyone, it's tied to your employment. It really sucks.
Which means that your employer has a fucking sword of Damocles over your head constantly.
Yeah. It makes it hard for people to
have any mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Got the rocket on his back. I'm gonna go use the lavatory.
Okay.
Entertain these people.
I'm gonna try.
With your vocals. With your verbulars.
Mm. Canadians are really mad about our healthcare because of the vaccine stupidity. We are not expected to get any until September. What? Really?
Any at all?
That's crazy.
We're getting vaccines
I
here.
hadn't heard
and we
that.
stopped.
Yeah, like that's shocking to me. I got an email from my doctor saying that next week they're going to start vaccinating people from the ages of 16 to 64 who have a high risk condition, which might include me. I'm not sure yet, but they do like a lottery system where they put everyone in the system and then just pick names, and then they'll contact you. But yeah, I think something like 60% of our over 65s in Minnesota are vaccinated now. Our elderly are traveling to Florida to get their shots. That is something. That's really crazy. Like I'm very, very surprised by that. Like, I know people here are traveling, but it's more like there's like a website they can sign up on for the state of Minnesota Health Department. So in case like a location has extra vaccine on any given day, they can let you know and you can quick drive there and get vaccinated. So a lot of people are doing that. But yeah, man, Florida. I mean, I guess it's a good time of year to go to Florida, but that is very surprising. The Canadian old people are going to Florida to get vaccinated.
That's twisted.
Isn't it?
Well, I imagine that someone like myself would probably be low down on the list for vaccination because outside of being a fat fuck, I don't have any.
Well, but you
these
only need
comorbidities.
one risk factor, and they consider obesity a risk factor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So like 75% of America.
Yeah.
Is a risk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially since they define obesity as like a BMI over 30, which is like not even really that fat. Our prime minister is punishing them by saying they have to stay at a hotel for 3 days when they come back to isolate. They also have to pay $2,000 to stay in the hotel. What? This is crazy. Like,
this sounds bonkers.
This sounds super bonkers.
I don't understand.
I don't either. Like, I can't believe you guys don't have any vaccine. Like, what is that about?
Wah! Boom, boom.
They could just stay in Florida.
I mean, if you can stand it.
I love Florida.
You'd spend more than $2,000 staying in a hotel there, though.
No. I think they mean when they come back. Like I said, Canada is crazy right now. Yeah, I am gathering that.
That doesn't sound like a socialist hellhole. That sounds like something else.
That sounds like some weird, like, neoliberal bullshit.
Yeah. We got a way we're doing things. We got an avenue by which we're getting the vaccines, and if you don't get on board with it, you're fucked.
Uh-huh. Technocratic solutions, in quotes.
I think his forearm has to be bigger on this arm up here. Boom, 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 do 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 do. Yeah, it looks like it matches better.
When you get a chance, check out a YouTube channel called The Rebel. They say they are some of the few who have been covering the insanity going on. Okay.
You're talking about Rebel Media. Fuck that whole thing. Fuck Gavin McGinnis and his
He
whole
said
fucking
the
thing.
rebel. I think that's a different thing.
Okay. Yeah, not hearing a lot of coverage about Canada
Yeah.
these days in my life. There's a time when I followed some Canadians on YouTube, but no longer. Just being bullshit impulsive with a lot of this stuff.
It's fine. The people call them COVID jails, but the media refers to them as travel hotels.
Travel hotel?
That sounds about right. COVID jails.
Kids in cages down here, elderly in cages up there.
Yeah.
North is not up and east is not right, except in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that night.
Is that a song lyric?
Yes. Adam and his package. It's a very good song. It's about getting lost in Milwaukee, Wisconsin because of people not being able to properly talk about directions.
That's funny.
I think so. He writes some funny shit. Still get some of his songs stuck in my head. Like a song about breaking his nose on the SEPTA. Train system in Philadelphia.
That sounds poetic.
I want the head of SEPTA to come to my house and kiss the nose of me till it feels better.
Septa is like your septum,
Yeah.
which is part of your nose.
Uh-huh. Or his Pumping Iron for Enya song. It's a good song. He does have some negatively presumptuous music, though.
Yeah.
Like, he has a song about how Rob Halford's gay and how that's awesome.
Okay.
When Rob Halford came out or whatever.
Uh-huh.
The thing is it wasn't controversial amongst metalheads that Rob Halford was gay.
Uh-huh.
They still loved Rob Halford. They still loved, like...
But he assumed that...
He assumed that there's, like, a lot of, I guess, homophobia in heavy metal people.
Yeah. I think a lot of people assume that of, like, anything that's sort of bro-y.
Or not, it's not as bro, it's aggressive, you know?
Yeah.
It's aggressive music. And I think a lot of people assume the worst of aggressive things.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that's, like, traditionally masculine, therefore it's, like, associated with, quote-unquote, the patriarchy and everything that's evil.
Yeah. Which is a lot of hooey.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, it's cool, Rob Halford's gay.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the beginning and the end of it. Still a hilarious song. I mean, Slayer didn't stop covering Judas Priest in their live sets because Rob Halford's gay. It's not a thing that happened. This is weird. Firearm has a lot of weird things going on in it. This blaster. I really like the 1980s anime. I guess it's like a lava lamp shaped barrels on laser guns and shit.
Yeah. They're neat.
Love it. It's very good. This one's double. It's a double kind of ring on it. Swing goes up further. Bit. You see a bit of more underside of it. I don't know. It's these weird wings on the side of the blaster. This is like conical. What the hell? This is strange. There's a lot of weird shit going on here. This blaster is really complex, actually. So you got faceted edge, and this sticks up slightly. And this is shorter than I drew it. It's just a wedge, but I'm going to keep it with a two-tiered wedge. Two-tiered wedge. But it goes down in the back. What the shit? It's a very complex shape.
Be right back. I gotta get some supper if I miss the rest of the show. Good times. See you, Smaj.
Later, Smaj. Thanks for keeping us company.
Yeah. Don't get put in COVID jail.
No doubt. Don't go elderly.
Yeah.
Don't get old on me. Too late. I'm old. Does that work? The blaster?
Yeah, it looks great.
It's so weird. It's so complex. I'm going to do one thing. The ruler out here and test out the alignment of everything. So I thought the barrel's a bit high. So.
Ah.
It's easy enough to correct, I think. In fact, I think there's a fun thing I can do. What was the promise, Ashley?
Why don't you tell me what she said?
That was the promise we made. wandering. Do the warp tool. Ooh.
Looks like a penis.
Yeah, everything looks like a penis, really, when it comes down to it. Your vagina looks like a penis. Well, technically, it's made out of a... Well, your penis is made out of a vagina, so...
Yeah.
Not perfect.
What's
Yeah, there we go. It convinces the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what matters the most. It's convincing the eye. What time is it now?
9:15.
I think I might call it quits and finish this off camera and everything. Because I'm not feeling too hot tonight.
Yeah.
And we've been on for fucking 3 hours and 16 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I think it's good for the night. If I feel up to it, I might even stream tomorrow night to finish it or something.
Sweet.
Do an impromptu inking stream.
Oh.
Finishing this up. But right now, I'm getting offline. I hope you all had fun watching me and what little banter we could provide because we're both kind of out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.